Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1. It's Phathead. Welcome to Monday, February 9th, 2026. Football season officially over. Away we go. We await spring training from baseball at the end of the month. Exciting times, right, in the sports world. Even hockey has taken a break for the Olympics. So you do see hockey in the Olympics, but the NHL on a break. And the NBA is almost unwatchable at this point. They just stand there and heave up three-pointers. So sports on a little bit of a hiatus at this point. Hope you enjoyed the game a little bit in the weekend, and here we are on a Monday. First, let's backtrack a little bit. It was one of the coldest weekends I can remember in history. Saturday in particular. I think Sunday was cold. I think Saturday was maybe the most brutal day I felt outside in a long time on Long Island. Absolutely insane. I'm sure you felt it as well. Hope you had a good time wherever you were partying yesterday for the Super Bowl and enjoyed the game. And yeah, it was a little slow at first. A lot of defense. Seattle definitely proved their dominance, which a lot of people thought, most people, including myself, thought Seattle was the better team. And they definitely took down the Patriots fairly easily. The score not even as close as it sounds, 29-13. If that sounds close to you, it was a lot worse than that. Could have been score-wise as well, a lot worse than that. Some commercials. We're going to go through those in just a second. I will tell you, as far as the halftime show goes, my son Elijah, he enjoyed it. I was making him, or he was actually cooking his own steak last night while the halftime show was going on. So he was busy dancing and cooking steak while watching Bad Bunny. Abigail seemed to enjoy it a little bit as well yesterday. Bunch of guest stars, Lady Gaga. We had Ricky Martin, bunch of others. A lot of influencers were down on the field. You had Cardi B and Jessica Alba, Alex Earl, and many others who were down there. A bunch of interesting stories. Somebody even got married during the halftime show. So there's plenty to unpack there as well. But here we are on Monday, February 9th. Football season officially done. Maybe the Jets and Giants are on equal footing again with everybody. 0-0. 0-0. We start over. We start fresh. See you in August and September. And away we go. How about the commercials? I did not watch too many of them. I saw a few of them here and there. But let's go through what most people think were some of the best. Comcast Xfinity showed us how Jurassic Park could have been different if their internet never went down. It was pretty cool. They brought back Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum. It was pretty cool. Jurassic Park for Comcast Xfinity. I did see this one, the Ben Affleck 90s sitcom twist on Good Will Hunting, which I think was called Good Will Duncan. Jason Alexander was in it, Matt LeBlanc, Jaleel White, Jasmine Guy, Alfonso Ribeiro. They all brought back their iconic characters. Jennifer Aniston, Tom Brady shows up at the end. Ted Danson was in it as well. Good one for Duncan. I thought that one was fun. Owen Wilson got a Spanish lesson from Sofia Vergara to get ready for World Cup coverage for Telemundo. That was a good commercial. Lady Gaga, Trevor Noah, and a bunch of others revealed their favorite Pokemon to kick off the company's 30th anniversary. Yes, Pokemon had a commercial. Telehealth company Hims and Hers had a message about the wealth gap is a health gap and did a whole commercial for Hims and Hers. This one was interesting. Did you catch Novartis telling you to relax your tight end? Yeah, true story. It was for a prostate cancer blood test where they said, relax. And they had a bunch of tight ends. They had Rob Gronkowski, Tony Gonzalez, George Kittle, and they were relaxing their tight ends and getting screened for prostate cancer with a simple blood test. That was the message. If you didn't enjoy that, by the way, Levi's kicked off their booty-focused ad with Woody from Toy Story. That was in there. The award for most disturbing ad, possibly the most disturbing of the night, was for Manscaped. They had singing clumps of body hair. Andy Samberg, most unrecognizable until he starts singing a parody of Sweet Caroline for Hellman's Mayonnaise. Didn't realize that was him. But yeah, Hellman's Mayonnaise, that was Andy Samberg singing Sweet Caroline. Some others, State Farm, wanted you to stop living on a prayer, and they were doing that. They were doing a Bon Jovi thing with Keegan-Michael Key. Haley Steinfeld was in that. Chris Hemsworth had a commercial for Alexa Plus. Wegovy brought out a bunch of stars as well. Serena Williams had a commercial. Budweiser celebrated its 150th anniversary with a Clydesdale finding a baby bald eagle commercial. Liquid IV had one. Ben Stiller fails at doing backflips like Benson Boone for Instacart. And there were a couple others. Post Malone. It was a good one. Post Malone, Peyton Manning for Bud Light, and a few others. So those were some of the top ones that were on yesterday. But in most people's eyes, that Duncan one and Xfinity was near the top of the list. There you go. We got plenty more to do. Special song at 7:30. Bald and the Beautiful up at 8:12. National Days Good News Stories late 8 o'clock hour. We are looking at about 27. Sunshine will feel like the teens. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.